So when he's questioned, why didn't you let everybody know? Why didn't you let these black people know? Well, I told him that right there in the Bible. I told him, I put it in the science book. But the way he did it, if you didn't have a base, you never would get it. But he's putting in there like, well, he did tell us, and he's tricky. And what makes it so so masterful, he trick his own people. It ain't like all white people know this. They don't.
Right.
It's only a certain number of people to put the Bible together. It's only a certain number of people that actually runs the government. But he makes everybody think you're a part of this. You vote. You got some say. But in reality, you don't.
Why do you think it may be, and I'm thinking about some of my own colleagues and some of my own fellow believers who will listen to this program, why do you think it may be hard for them to accept what you just said?
Because they have to change. No one likes change unless they know what the outcome of the change is going to be definitely, mathematically. As long as there's a or mystery or a hint of not knowing what the change is going to do and what they're going to have to go through while they're changing.
Right.
They rather say, no, I'll just watch. They don't want to change. And when you start doing things that are truthful, you have got to change.
Right.
But when you look around, you don't see nobody doing it. It's a discouraging thing to be truthful and nobody else is truthful with you. So, you do a little bit true, and then go ask God to forgive you for the wrong that you did do.
Right.
And ask him to bless you, do a little bit more true. But in reality, that's just going along, to get along, or get along to go along, however it goes.
Right.
Now, this is why that kind of scenario brought me here. I'm to end that nagging to the original Allah that whispers to him, like they got in the Quran, in firm resolution, evil suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to put an end to that period where it cannot happen no more. That's why the scientists and even the original Allah can do whatever he wants to anybody, except me. They don't, since I'm new, and I don't have that part they're trying to get rid of. I'm absent of it. So whatever I want to do, they can't stop it. I can tune in on them. They can't tune in on me. Right. If you understand what I'm saying. So that's what's happening. And this is an accepted reality from all of the wise men, all of the ones that was in heaven, that carried the prayers and the hopes and wishes and will of the righteous. They up in heaven, so to say, called what the book is, up in heaven, and there's got all these vials filled with these prayers, to present to the Lord and so forth, whatnot. I'm answering all that.
Tell me about the founding of the United Nations of Islam. When did you start that community?
Well, we got it started, I think it's 1991, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And we did it because the refusal of Minister Farrakhan to accept what I am and what I have to offer, because I went to him. The Nation of Islam really got started by me, not in this fleshly body, but Allah. I was in Master Prophet Muhammad. Like I said, I was the one that raised the messenger up. I was the one that backed it. So the Nation of Islam really is my creation. But since it was loaned over to another person, the vineyard, so to say,
right,
I went to him and let him know I don't need to be seen. What is needed is for you to express what the people needs, and let's develop what they need. He rejected it. So Allah is independent. Because I make it possible for you to do something, don't mean because you're not going to do it, now I'm stuck. I do it myself. So since it wasn't going to go no place with him under the title the Nation of Islam, well, I want to unite everyone into truth. So we started the United Nation of Islam. And the one that's at the helm of it is Allah himself. It isn't something I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that this was the next step that was promised to all of the ones that followed Elijah and the rest of the ones that would be coming. and it's already printed, and it's in the books and the literature, whatnot, the literature, that the preachers would be the last one to come. If you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
So this could have happened much sooner if the minister had accepted it. He wouldn't have to go march and ask white folks to allow us to do thus and so. Do it yourself. I would have caused that to already have taken place. It wouldn't have to been no Katrina. It wouldn't have to been that. We've been too busy developing different things. But now, since the black man won't develop nothing, then I got to let him know, look, I'm calling. This is the voice. You ignoring it? Okay, I'll call on the winds and see if you ignore that. But the stagnation of all that stemmed from him. So that's why I started the United Nation of Islam, instead of just continuing in the Nation of Islam.
Right. Tell me, the times in which we live, they're very interesting. They're very interesting times. In light of the decisions that the leaders in this country are making, could you speak on where the current decisions of the political establishment will take us? Where will this road end? Where will Bush and his militaristic program, what will it bring for this nation? Because when I look out at it now, at no other period in human history has there been such evil conducted in the earth, and done so in the name of God.
Well, where it's going to get them is total misery. And at the same time, they have a knack of sucking everybody in to what they're doing. And this is going to bring them to the deepest pit of hell. It's a very, hell is a place. We can say North America is it, but there's another place that's even more intense than that, that's going to take care of the keepers of hell.
Right.
In other words, it's going to turn on itself.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Because of their refusal to ignore or to get back up off on what they're doing. You know,